Good morning, everyone. Welcome to ProTalent, and I'm Nitin Parmar. My dear students, today we are going to discuss about one very important topic called statistics. In your entrance examination after 12th for BBA, which is IIM IPM, NMIMS NPAT, Christ, and Symbiosis, this topic is especially important from Christ exam point of view as well as from IIM IPM exam point of view. Okay, so this is crucial. So there may be some question in NPAT. I believe there are no questions in symbiosis about it, but Christ and IIM IPM generally ask more varieties of these questions related to statistics. So what are we going to discuss on this statistics? We're going to discuss about these three important points. First, we will understand what is data, and then we will start looking at what is a central tendency of data. What are the various measures about central tendency of data, like arithmetic mean, geometric mean, harmonic mean, median, mode. That is what we will discuss. Okay. Then we will move towards understanding about measures of dispersion. Okay. How do we measure the variability in the data? And then also we will also compare the variability of the distribution. This is what we will try and focus on. Okay. I hope this data or this kind of agenda will help you to understand that this is very important point. So let's start to discuss about what is statistics. Statistics is all about the study and the manipulation of data. So you study data, you manipulate data, you add, you subtract, you multiply. That's the meaning of data. Okay, so if I go by Merriam-Webster dictionary, it defines statistics as classified facts, note kara jaye, classified facts representing the conditions of people in a particular state. Okay, so that means we'll talk about people are in what kind of state. Okay, how many people are rich, how many people are, you can say, poor, how many people are educated, how many people are uneducated, how many people are, you can say, having post-graduation degree, and those are the kind of data. Okay, you put that classified information either in a tabular format or in a bar graph or in a pie chart kind of thing. Okay. Sir Arthur Leon Bowley, he says that statistics is defined as numerical statements of fact in any department of inquiry placed in relation to each other. So this gives very important definition that whenever the numbers are provided, those numbers are connected to certain kind of inquiry, and that inquiry has certain relationship. Okay? Now that is, meaning is that you are trying to connect, you can say, numbers in context. Okay, and that is called statistics. So that is how the statistics are. So what are the types of data? We have two types of data primarily, qualitative and quantitative. Quantitative is all about numbers. Qualitative is not numbers. Like there are nominal kind of data, which is letters, hair color, symbols, words, gender. Okay, so these are nominal. So what happens in a nominal? There are no specific, you can say, ordinality of number you can provide. Okay, so people have different colors of hair. You can't put that into 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, but while in ordinal kind of qualitative data, so for example, let's say you agree, you can say agree very much, or you don't agree, you are neutral, and those are the kind of numbering you can provide. So in ordinality, you can possibly, you can say, give grade. Okay, so you know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, है ना. आपने ऐसा स्कूल में कभी सर्वे किया होगा, उसमें नंबर 5 होगा मोस्ट अग्री, ठीक है, नंबर 4 होगा सिर्फ अग्री. ओके, ठीक है, नंबर 3 होगा न्यूट्रल. ओके, नंबर 4 होगा नॉट अग्रीइंग. ठीक है. Okay, and this is not at all agree types. And those are the kind of, you can say, the idea. Basically, you can convert into grade. In nominal, you can't convert into grade. That's the meaning here. Simple hai na? Okay, so that is ordinal and this is nominal. If you go by quantitative data, now we have two kind of quantitative data. One is discrete data. Discrete data are specific numbers. Okay, so for example, let's say if I want to talk about discrete data of a month, ठीक है. Okay, so I can talk about, let's say, date number 1 2 3 4 5 and it is January, then I can go from 1 to 31. These are the discrete data. Okay, these are the discrete data, or they may also come in interval, like you can say week 1, week 2, week 3. Okay, so what happens in the week 1, there are interval of those specific dates, like date number 1 to 7, date number 2 to date number 8 to 14, and that's how the interval will be. Those are known as discrete data. There are continuous data. Now what happens in a continuous data? For example, let us say, what is your body temperature? Okay, now your body temperature cannot have one fixed value. Okay, it moves in an interval. Okay, it moves in a continuous, you can say, range. So that's a continuous data. Okay, so we are going to work on most of quantitative data. We are not working today on the nominal or the ordinal thing, but whatever the learning we are going to take on quantitative data, we may possibly apply on this qualitative data as well. Okay, great. So how do we put this data into presentation? So if there is a discrete frequency distribution, okay, as we discuss, discrete as in individual number. Okay, so let's say for example, if I want to say कि भैया आपका you can say एक quantitative aptitude short answer type में कितने marks आए, ठीक है, एंड आई एम चेकिंग, मैं 13 का स्कोर, 14 का स्कोर, 15, 16, 17, एंड आई वांट टू सी इन द क्लास लोगों ने कितने कितने मार्क्स लगाए. सो आई नो 13 में 2 बच्चे आए, 14 में 4 बच्चे आए, 15 में 5 आए, 16 में 8 बच्चे आए, 17 में 6 बच्चे आए. टोटल आउट ऑफ 25 स्टूडेंट्स, दिस आर द काइंड ऑफ फ्रीक्वेंसी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन आई कैन create. Similarly, if it is a continuous frequency distribution, let's say I want to say that total, you can say, जो आपका IPMAT का पेपर है, उस IPMAT के पेपर में लोगों के क्या मार्क्स आए, एंड देन आई ट्राई एंड चेक द इंटरवल्स कि भाई 150 to 200 में कितने बच्चे, 200 से 250 में कितने बच्चे, 250 से 300 में कितने बच्चे, एंड सो एंड सो फोर्थ. सो दिस इज हाउ द फ्रीक्वेंसी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन वर्क्स. सो ऑल दिस डेटा है ना can be presented in varieties of the format. We just understood discrete data representation and continuous frequency distribution. Okay, so what is the meaning of frequency? Frequency का मतलब हो गया कि इस class interval में कितने लोग काउंट होते हैं, how many number of observation are coming under this class interval. So there is another class interval, how many number of members are falling under this, you can say, class interval, that is known as frequency. Okay, what is class interval? Class interval is talking about the range. Okay, so this is talking about range between 200 to 250. कितने लोग आए, that's known as class interval. ठीक है, that is known as class interval. What is class mark? Class mark is a mid value of this interval. Okay, this is class interval. जैसे 150 से 200 है, it is an interval of 50 marks. Okay, it is an interval of 50 units. We don't know what is this unit all about, possibly marks, so we can say 50 marks. If we don't know the unit, we can say it is a 50 unit. Okay, while class mark is a middle value, so that means in this range 150 200, so it is 200 minus 150 by 2, that will be the class marks. Okay, that's a middle value of this. So in our case it will be, so not this is minus, this is plus by 2, that becomes 175. So what is class mark? 175. What is class mark here? 225. What is class mark here? 275. What is the class mark here? 225, 325. है ना, सही बात है, great. And then comes cumulative frequency. Now what do you mean by cumulative frequency? ठीक है, let's see this. So for example, for a class interval of 150 200, there are two frequency, and when 200 to 250, this is 3. And if I create cumulative frequency का table, so this is 2, here it is 2 plus 3, this becomes 5. ठीक है, then this 5 is added to 6, 5 plus 6 11. This simply continuous adding them up. 11 plus, you can say, 5, this becomes 16, 16 plus 7, this becomes 23, 23 plus 4, this becomes 27, 27 plus 3, that becomes 30. This is क्यूमुलेटिव फ्रीक्वेंसी, दिस इज एडिशन ऑफ ऑल फ्रीक्वेंसी. सही बात है, चलो बहुत अच्छी बात है, अच्छे टर्म देख लिए हमने. सो दिस डेटा कैन बी रिप्रेजेंटेड इन वेरियस फॉर्म. इट मे बी रिप्रेजेंटेड इन अ बार ग्राफ, it may be represented in an histogram, it may be represented in a frequency table. Just now we saw that circle graph or a pie chart, है ना. This is also known as pie chart. Okay, so sometimes it can be presented in line graph, line plot, ठीक है, stem and leaf plot, है ना, something like 0, है ना, 1 2 3, कितनी बार अलग अलग तरीके से आ रहा है, काइंड ऑफ थिंग, मतलब कितने लोग हैं ये काउंट हो सकता है. बॉक्स एंड विस्कर प्लॉट, अलग अलग तरीके के प्लॉट हो सकते हैं, ठीक है. सो वी शुड नो दैट डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ रिप्रेजेंटेशन मे बी देयर. Now we'll come back to our own theoretical understanding of the statistics. We are now coming and understanding to discuss about data कैसे represent होता है, और उसका हम बात करेंगे कि उसकी central tendency क्या है. What is a central tendency का मतलब कि पूरे डेटा को एक नंबर में रिप्रेजेंट करना हो तो हम कैसे रिप्रेजेंट करें. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ समवन इज आस्किंग कि भाई हाउ इज विराट कोहली हैज played, or how was the performance of Virat Kohli in World Cup, then we say, okay, tell us what is his average, है ना, what is his average score. That means average score मतलब उसने total run बनाए divided by total number of matches, ठीक है, total runs divided by total number of matches. और अगर उसका score हमें दिखा कि it is more than let's say 60 70, we say, oh, that's a wonderful performance by Virat Kohli because he has played well throughout in the matches because his average score is above 50, which is good. ठीक है, ओके, समझ में आया दोस्तों. दैट इज वाई वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट सेंट्रल टेंडेंसी. सेंट्रल टेंडेंसी कैन बी रिप्रेजेंटेड एज अरिथमेटिक मीन और ज्योमेट्रिक मीन और हार्मोनिक मीन और मीडियन और mode. These are the way in which we can represent central tendency. Okay, let us understand one by one. What is arithmetic mean? Arithmetic mean stands for sum of the observation divided by number of observations. Yes or no? That is how the arithmetic mean comes here. Okay, what does this mean? It means very simple thing, that is x1 plus x2 plus x3 up to xn divided by number of observation. That's how the arithmetic mean works. Yes or no? How does the arithmetic mean works for the, you can say, continuous frequency data? Okay, so how do we do this? That's what we'll understand. Okay, I'm sure this is easy for you. Okay, but let us say there are certain kind of frequency provided. Okay, so let's say x1, x2, x3. x1 comes for f1 frequency, x2 comes from f2 frequency, x3 comes for f3 frequency. What is their average? Their average is, or arithmetic mean would be, you can say x1 f1 plus x2 f2 plus x3 f3 divided by f1 plus f2 plus f3. This is how you can calculate arithmetic mean. So let us understand now about the mean of this following distribution. Okay, what should we do? What is a simple process? Very simple process. First, okay, you find out what is a class mark of this class interval. Okay, so we just saw class mark is a middle value. So here it is 5, this is 15, this is 25, this is 35, and this is 45. Okay, so you calculate class mark. Note किया जाए. What are we calculating? Class mark. Okay, what is class mark? The middle point of this interval. ठीक है ना? Is that clear to everyone? It's a middle point of this interval is known as class mark. You calculate that, and then what you do is you multiply this class mark with the frequency and find out the average. Okay, so in our case it is 5 into 22, that is this, plus 15 into 38 plus 25 into 46 plus 35 into 35 plus 45 into 20 divided by sum of all the frequencies, which is 22 plus 38 plus 46 plus 35 plus 20. ठीक है, this will become your arithmetic mean. So in other words, it will be represented as summation xi fi upon summation fi is represented as arithmetic mean. We all understand the nomenclature. This stands for summation. क्या बोलते हैं इसको? Summation. Okay, and whenever we say summation xi fi, it stands for x1 f1 plus x2 f2 up to xn fn. ऐसे करके आप उसको रिप्रेजेंट कर सकते हैं. दैट्स एन इजी कैलकुलेशन. येस और नो. ठीक है, अब आप ये थोड़ा कैलकुलेशन करके वैल्यू निकाल सकते हैं. ठीक है, एंड दैट इज हाउ अरिथमेटिक मीन कैन बी कैलकुलेटेड. Yes or no? So what you should do is take a pause on this particular point, है ना, calculate this number, okay, and put that into comment box that what is the value of this distribution, what is the value of arithmetic mean of this distribution. Clear hai? Chaliye, very good. I hope you must have put your comment, the answer in the comment box. ठीक है, and let's go and talk about weighted average or weighted arithmetic mean or combined arithmetic mean. Now this is exactly like frequency distribution, related weighted average or the average. Here we are understanding weighted arithmetic mean, which means let us say I have a certain kind of data which is, let's say, x1, and the weight we provide it to is w1. x2 we provide weight as w2. Now what do you mean by weight? Why do we provide weight? We provide weight to ensure that a particular, you can say, quantity or particular average has certain influence. ठीक है, okay, so therefore we provide weight. If it has more influence, we give more weight. If it has less influence, we will give less weight. Okay, for example, in your IPMAT examination, ठीक है, your final ATS is calculated based on 3 sections. Yes or no? So that is your QA essay. Then there is a QA MCQ, ठीक है, and then there is another called, you can say, English MCQ. The weight given to English MCQ is 50% and this is 25% and 25%. Yes or no? So that means the weight given to English is more. And how do I calculate weighted average then? ठीक है, then it becomes easy. That is x1 w1 plus x2 w2 plus x3 w3, ठीक है, divided by w1 plus w2 plus w3. This is how you can find out the weighted average. Yes or no? Here also your marks, ठीक है, whatever marks you got in English MCQ, ठीक है, that will have a weightage of 50%. Whatever is your marks multiplied by 0.5. Whatever is your marks in QA MCQ, that marks will be multiplied with 0.25, and whatever the marks you got in QA short answer, that will be multiplied with 0.25, and then the weighted average is calculated. Clear है? चलो, बहुत अच्छी बात है. Great. ठीक है, let's take an example here. For example, arithmetic mean of 9 observation is 100. There are 9 observation. The arithmetic mean of those 9 observation is 100. So total is 100 into 9. That is total 900. सही बात है? Great. Of which mean of 6 is 80. Out of 6 data, their mean is 80. So their total, so if I have total 900, out of which 6 ka average is 80, so their sum is 480. So what is the remaining ka sum? 900 minus 480. सही है? 900 minus 480. What happens 900 minus 480? It becomes 520. That is for how many data? 5 data. What is their mean? Their mean will be 520 divided by 5. Simple. So this becomes 104. Clear hai? Chalo, great. So what is the question? The arithmetic mean of the rest of the 5 observation is how much? It is 104. Clear hai? Chaliye, बहुत अच्छी बात है. So what I suggest, ठीक है, for everyone is just take a quick pause, ठीक है, and see how things are working. Okay, before I jump on talking about this arithmetic mean. Okay, is that clear to everyone? Great. Okay, so I hope you took a proper break and understood the idea about this arithmetic mean. Let me start and talk about the next part called geometric mean. Now, what happens in a geometric mean? Geometric mean is a very simple thing. And just like your data called x1, x2, x3, here in geometric mean, you do multiplication of all data, x1 into x2 into x3 up to xn. So that means you multiply all of them. And then take the nth root. That means it is x1 into x2 into x3 up to xn to the power 1 upon n. This is how geometric mean is calculated. Is that very clear? चलिए बहुत अच्छी बात है, ठीक है. So for example, let us say geometric mean of this, you can say series of numbers have to be find out. ठीक है, तो हम क्या करेंगे, इसका ज्योमेट्रिक मीन क्या होगा. आई एम श्योर आपको आता होगा ये नंबर. ठीक है, आई विल वर्क विथ यू, आप मेरे साथ भी कर सकते हैं. ठीक है, सो ज्योमेट्रिक मीन इज 1 into 2 into 2 to the power 2 into 2 to the power 3 up to 2 to the power n to the power. How many observations are there? It all started with 2 to the power, this is 1, I represent 2 to the power 0. This is 2 to the power 1. From 0 to n, therefore number of observations are n plus 1, not n. Please note करना है ना, ये गलती नहीं होनी चाहिए. ठीक है, so total number of observations are n plus 1, so this becomes 1 upon n plus 1. Okay, so now this multiplication is 2 to the power 0 की तो कोई वैल्यू है नहीं, so 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to n, इन सबका summation to the power 1 upon n plus 1. Now we know the formula for 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus up to n का formula होता है, that is 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to n का formula होता है n into n plus 1 by 2. That's the formula. Yes or no? Great. So what do we do? 2 to the power n into n plus 1 by 2 to the power 1 upon n plus 1. ठीक है, ये मल्टीप्लाई होगा, n plus 1 कट जाएगा, and we are left with 2 to the power n by 2, and we have answer as 2 to the power n by 2. This is how geometric mean is to be calculated. Clear है? Great. Let me start. Move forward and talk about harmonic mean. How do I find out harmonic mean? ठीक है, harmonic mean will be number of observation n divided by, ठीक है, sum of the reciprocals of the observation. Sum of the reciprocal of the observation. So this is 1 upon x1 plus 1 upon x2 plus 1 upon x3 up to 1 upon xn. Let's say you have numbers called x1, x2, x3 up to xn, and you want to find out harmonic mean for that. This is the way it is to be calculated. Clear है? चलिए बहुत अच्छी बात है. ठीक है, okay. So how do I calculate harmonic mean of this data? I want to calculate harmonic mean of this data. ठीक है, how do I do it? I know that first I have to find out number of observation. So it is starting from 2. So this is 1 upon 2 plus 1 upon 3 plus 1 upon 4. मतलब sorry 1 upon 2, 1 upon 3, 1 upon 4 ऐसे डेटा है. 2, 3, 4, 5 up to 17. So starting with 2 goes up to 17. So total number of observations are 16. Yes or no? So number of observation are 16 divided by sum of the reciprocals. So this is 1 upon 1 by 2. This is 1 upon 1 by 3 and so on and so forth up to 1 upon 1 by 17. Yes or no? Now this is easy because now 1 upon 1 by 2 is nothing but 2, 3, 4 up to 17. That is what I have to do. ठीक है ना? So this is from 2 to 17 का सम करना है मुझे. 2 to 17 का सम कैसे होगा? ठीक है, सम होगा number of observation which is 16 into, you can say first term plus last term which is 2 plus 17 by 2. So this is 8 and this is 8 into 19. So this is 16 upon 8 into 19. So this is 8 2s, so this becomes 2 by 19. What is the answer? 2 by 19. Look at harmonic mean. Harmonic mean is actually, ठीक है, if you have arithmetic mean, ठीक है, and if you present that in a reciprocal format, that is generally harmonic का series. Okay, so for example I have a, you can say, arithmetic mean, or arithmetic progression available. ठीक है, arithmetic progression available like 2 4 6, not 2 4 6, 2 4 6, yes, 2 4 6 8 10 12. So what is harmonic progression? Harmonic progression is 1 by 2, 1 by 4, 1 by 6, 1 by 8, 1 by 10, 1 by 12. This is how harmonic progression will be there. Clear है सबको? चलिए, बहुत अच्छी बात है. ठीक है. So now we understand that there is something called arithmetic mean, there is something called geometric mean, and there is something called harmonic mean. Note किया जाए, there is some relationship between these three. What is the relationship? The relationship is arithmetic mean is always greater than or equal to geometric mean, and geometric mean is always greater than or equal to harmonic mean. सही है? Arithmetic mean is always greater than or equal to geometric mean, and geometric mean is always greater than or equal to harmonic mean. सही है? ये याद रखना. Equal to कब होगा? When all observations are equal. That means all observations are like 4 4 4 4 4 or n or x x x x. If all observations are same, then arithmetic mean is equal to geometric mean is equal to harmonic mean. ठीक है? But when all the observations are different, you can't apply equal to, then it is arithmetic mean is greater than geometric mean and it is greater than harmonic mean. समझ में आया? Very good. Let's move towards another important point, which is known as median. Note किया जाए, on this particular part, on this information, there are at least 2 to 3 questions in your IPMAT exam. So much. ठीक है? We learn all this in our APGP class. In fact, we learned it. Yes or no? You remember that. We actually worked on this. AM is greater than GM is greater than AHM. Yes or no? Great. Now let's talk about median. Now what is median? Median is that middle value. Middle value as in 50% data is above this value and 50% data will be below that value. That is median. ठीक है? Very important part. ठीक है? Median. Sometimes if you find out arithmetic mean, it may not represent right information because of some skewed information. Skewed, you can say, data. If data is more in the top side of it, for example, let's say B school का average package, ठीक है? अगर average package निकालने जाए B school का, there is a problem because some of the students may have received higher package, ठीक है? And their value will be too high compared to the average people. So therefore overall average will increase. So better representation could be median. That okay, this is median. 50% students got more package than this. 50% people got less package than this. That's a good measure of central tendency of average package of a college. ठीक है? That's how it is available. How do you find out the median? The median formula, ठीक है, is very simple. You put all data either in ascending order or you put that into descending order. Yes or no? Either you put that into ascending order or you put that into descending order. If number of observations are odd, then what you do, median is your n plus 1 by tooth term. Okay, so for example, let's say I have a data called 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So I know it is, you can say, odd number of data. So the middle value, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 plus 1 by 2, that is 6 by 2, that is third number, third position. Third position is 5. Okay, so median is 5. But let's say if it is an even number, let's say 2, 3, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Okay, so what is the median for this? The median will be the n by 2th term plus n by 2 plus 1th term by 2. Okay, so in our case, total values are 6, 6 by 2 is 3, 6 by 2 plus 1 is 4. So third term is 5, fourth term is 6. So you do 5 plus 6 by 2, the median becomes 5.5. Clear? Very good. Okay. So now you may possibly wonder, sir, how do I calculate the median for this kind of continuous distribution? ठीक है, और इन द इंटरवल सिनारियो और द फ्रीक्वेंसी इज प्रोवाइडेड, हाउ डू आई कैलकुलेट इट? ठीक है, द मीडियन फॉर्मूला इज गिवन बाय दिस. ओके, नोट इट. First, look at the data. The class interval between 0 to 10 has a frequency 7. 10 to 20, frequency is 18. 20 to 30, frequency is 34, and so on and so forth. That's a data given. सही बात है. Now, in this, you can say frequency distribution, if I want to find out median, this formula has to be applied. Okay? How do I apply this formula? ठीक है, सबसे पहले मुझे ये टोटल फ्रीक्वेंसी काउंट करनी पड़ेगी. ठीक है, मेथड क्या करनी है ये समझिए. व्हाट इज द फ्रीक्वेंसी फर्स्ट? टोटल फ्रीक्वेंसी 7 plus 18 is 25. 25 plus 34, so if I assume it is 35, ठीक है, so 35 plus 25 becomes some around, you can say 60, so this becomes 59. Okay, this is 59. 59 plus 50 is 109. 109 plus 35 is, you can say 4, and this is 144. 144, 164. 164 plus 6 is 170. Okay, so total observations are 170. कितना है भैया? टोटल 170. Is that clear? ठीक है, ये कितना था आपका? 25. 25 plus 34 becomes 59. 59 plus 50, that becomes 109. ठीक है, 109 plus 35 makes it to 144. 144 plus 20 is 164. 164 plus 6 is 170. Total observation are 160. Okay, now I need middle value of it. Yes or no? So 170 by 2 is what I will calculate first. ठीक है, and that is what the idea called, you can say, overall my frequency, and by 170 by 2. 170 by 2 is 85. Okay, 85. ठीक है, now where is 85th observation is? ठीक है, I know it is 7th, this is 25. अगर cumulative मैं लिख दूं इसके नीचे, ठीक है ना, if I write cumulative in this, so this is 7, this is 25, this is 59, this is 109, this is 144, 164, 170, and I did 170 by 2. ठीक है, I got 85. This is 85. Where is this 85? It is available in this particular range. सही है, 85th observation is in this, you can say, range. सही बात है. Okay, so this is my median group. This is my median group. Okay, I have to find out median. So first I have to put L. What is L? Stands for lower limit for median group. Great. So what is my lower limit for median group? It is 30. Median group is 30 to 40. So this is 30 plus n by 2 minus C. Okay, C is a cumulative frequency of a group before to the median group, and n by 2 is total n is 170, so this is 170 by 2, n is total number, minus C is a cumulative frequency of a group before to the median group. So we had a median group this, ठीक है, उसके पहले वाला जो है उसका cumulative frequency which is 59. ठीक है, so we subtract 59 by F. F stands for frequency of a median group. What is the frequency of median group? It is 5050 into H is the size of median group. What is the size? 30, 40, 10 का size है. So this is 10. ठीक है, क्लियर है सबको? समझ में आया ये फॉर्मूला? L plus n by 2, n stands for total number of observation by 2, minus C is a cumulative frequency just before the median group. Median group in our case was 30, 40, so it is before that. Great. चलिए, बहुत अच्छी बात है. So, and F stands for frequency of a median group. So this becomes 30 plus, ठीक है, 170 by 2 is 85. 85 minus 79. 15 में से 9 गया, so then we are left with 6, and this is 0, so this is 6 by 50 into 10, so this is here, है ना, ऐसा 6 by 5 becomes 1.2, so it becomes 31.2 is the median. What is the median? 31.2. Clear है सबको? Clear? ऑल ऑफ यू? चलिए बहुत अच्छी बात है, ग्रेट, ठीक है. लेट्स टॉक अबाउट व्हाट इज मोड, है ना. व्हाट इज मोड? फॉर एग्जाम्पल इफ यू टॉक अबाउट मोहम्मद शमी एंड हिज परफॉर्मेंस इन द वर्ल्ड कप, ठीक है, एंड ही प्लेड फ्यू मैचेस, ठीक है, वी आर नॉट टेकिंग द फाइनल मैच इन दिस, ठीक है, considering not good for us, ठीक है, we are taking all the other matches. He started to play, है ना, from you can say the various other matches like South Africa, New Zealand, England, Sri Lanka, Netherlands, New Zealand, है ना, ये सब उन्होंने मैच खेली. उसमें, है ना, what is the frequency, है ना, so what is highest occurring number? Highest occurring number is 5. Okay, so what is the mode for Mohammad Shami? It is 5. सबसे ज्यादा बार कौन सा नंबर आया? That is 5. सही है, ठीक है. मोड फॉर कंटिन्यूअस सीरीज, डिस्क्रीट डेटा है, बड़ा सिंपल है कि लोगों का नंबर देख लो और देख लो कि सबसे ज्यादा अकरिंग नंबर कौन सा है. दैट इज 5. दैट्स योर मोड. इफ इट इज डिस्क्रीट डेटा, इफ इट इज कंटिन्यूअस, देन वी अप्लाई दिस फॉर्मूला. मोड इज L प्लस F1 माइनस F0 2F1 माइनस F0 माइनस F2 इंटू H. ठीक है, क्या होता है ये? चलिए देखते हैं. Let us say we have this data available. These are the class interval, these are the frequency, and I have to find out mode for this. क्या ढूंढना है मुझे? Mode. Now the formula says L stands for lower limit of a modal group. What is modal group here? The modal group is the frequency with the largest frequency, that is the modal group. In our case 17, 28, 32, 24 and 19, these are the frequency. The largest occurring frequency is 32. So this is our modal group. Okay, is that clear? Great. And what is the lower value? It is 40. So I take here as L is equal to 40 plus H is the size of model group. What is the size of model group? 40, 60, 20 is the size. So this H, whatever is this number, multiplied by 20. What is F1? Frequency of model group. What is frequency of model group? What is the frequency? 32. So in our scenario, F1 stands for 32. What is F1 in this case? 32 minus F0. F0 is the frequency of a group before model group. What is before model group? 32. 32 के पहले वाला मॉडल ग्रुप कौन सा है? ये. उसकी फ्रीक्वेंसी कितनी है? 28. So F0 is 28. So I put it 28 here. Minus 28 divided by twice of F1. We just saw F1 is 32 minus F0 which is 28 minus F2. F2 is frequency of a group next to a model group. So what is the next to a model group? Which is 24. So our F2 is 24. ठीक है, so we calculate minus 24. So here we are with 40, 32 minus 28 is 4, 32 into 2 is 64 minus 28, 24 which is 20, 20, 40, 40 plus 12 is 52. ठीक है, 64 minus 52 will make it to 12 into 20. So this is 4 3s and this is 40 plus 20 by 3. 20 by 3 makes it to 3 6 18, 18 point 3 6 6.66. So this is 46.66. That is the mode for this data. क्या होगा? 46.66. परफेक्ट कैलकुलेट किया हमने. याद रहेगा सबको ये फॉर्मूला? प्लीज नोट करना, है ना. दिस इज इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर्मूला फॉर योर मोड. ठीक है, आपने नोट कर लिया सबको? ठीक है, ये देखिए दोस्तों, मैंने आपको मीडियन की फॉर्मूला बताई. ये सुनो, प्लीज नोट करना अपनी कॉपी में. दिस इज गोइंग टू बी वेरी यूजफुल बिकॉज अगर आप ये मिस कर गए तो आपको क्राइस्ट में बड़ा परेशानी होगा. चलिए, ग्रेट. ठीक है, नाउ वी गो एंड टॉक अबाउट मेजर ऑफ डिस्पर्जन. व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट डेटा, हाउ डेटा आर डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड. So one way we calculate is range. What is minimum? What is maximum? Yes or no? ठीक है. So if we want to see that India and South Africa matches are going on and we want to see that what is the lowest score of Indian cricket team and what is highest score of Indian cricket team in the test match, we realize, oh, that's a huge range. In one go, we perform very poor. In other match, we perform very well. And that's how the range is. So what is range? Range is maximum minus minimum. Largest value minus smallest value. That's how you calculate for dispersion. Yes or no? Second method is called quartile deviation. Second method is known as quartile deviation. Now, what do you mean by quartile? Remember a concept called percentile. Percentile is putting data into rank order. Okay, so if let's say total population is considered to be 100%, and if I talk about someone is at 99 percentile, what does that mean? That means he is above 99% of the people, or he is in top 1% of people. So when I talk about quartile is when data is presented in ascending order. When data is presented in ascending order from lower value to higher value, the first 25% data is in quartile 1. So this is the position. Remember, percentile, quartile are all about position. Okay, so Q1 stands for 25th percentage के ऊपर क्या वैल्यू होगी? That is Q1. The next 25% is Q2. Next 25% is Q3. Next 25% is Q3. That is Q3 के बाद. So this is, you can say Q1, this is Q2, this is Q3, and then this is last. So total data is presented into 4 different parts. ठीक है? Remember, this is ascending order. ठीक है? नोट करना, दिस इज असेंडिंग ऑर्डर, नथिंग एल्स. असेंडिंग ऑर्डर के अंदर ये चल रहा है. ग्रेट. ठीक है. सो इफ आई वांट टू फाइंड आउट क्वार्टाइल डेविएशन, ठीक है, आई कैन डू दिस Q3 minus Q1 by 2. सिंपल. ठीक है. सो फॉर एग्जाम्पल लेट अस से सम नंबर्स आर गिवन टू मी एंड आई वांट टू फाइंड आउट क्वार्टाइल डेविएशन. ठीक है. सो आई हैव टू जस्ट फाइंड आउट व्हाट इज Q1, व्हाट इज Q2, व्हाट इज Q3, एंड देन आई यूज क्वार्टाइल डेविएशन एज Q3 minus Q1 by 2. ठीक है. लेट्स सी दिस and a quartile deviation for, you can say, this entire scenario. Okay, तो अब कंटिन्यूस वाले में करना क्या पड़ेगा, है ना? बड़ा सिंपल सा पार्ट. सबसे पहले इसको क्यूमुलेटिव कर दीजिए. ठीक है. 20 से 30 मार्क्स में 4 स्टूडेंट्स हैं. दिस इज 12, दिस इज 16 एंड 24 एंड 34 54 54 प्लस 262 plus 22 is 81, and this is 85 95, and this is 100. सही है. So this is 100. Total population is 100. So what is quartile 1 will be? Quartile 1 will be at 1/4 position, 25th position. 25th किधर आएगा? ये जगह पे आएगा. Yes or no? Quartile 3 किधर आएगा? 100 into 3/4. 75th वाला किधर आएगा? ठीक है. 75th वाला इधर आएगा. सही है. बराबर है. सो यू फाइंड आउट Q1 फर्स्ट. हाउ डू यू फाइंड आउट Q1? Q1 इज L plus n/4 minus cumulative frequency by F into H. Quartile 3 is lower plus 3n/4 minus CF upon F into H. ठीक है. चलो बढ़िया. So what do? We find out lower value of interval for that quartile. So we have quartile 1 is in this. So what is the lower value? It is 4040. What is n/4? N/4 is 100/4, which is 25. 25 minus cumulative frequency just before it, which is minus 16, upon total frequency of that, which is 34, into, ठीक है, not 34, sorry, this is frequency of this interval, which is 18 into H is the size of interval, size is of 10. So this becomes 40 plus 25 minus 16 is 9 by 18 into 10. So this is 2, this is 5. So this becomes 45. Q1 is 45. What is Q3? Q3 lower value of this interval is 60 plus 3n/4 is 75. ठीक है. 75 minus cumulative frequency before it, which is 62, divided by the frequency of that region is 19 into, you can say, H is 10. Simple hai? Great. So this becomes 60 plus 75 minus 62 is 8 plus 5 is 13 by 19 into 10. 13 by 19 is what you can possibly calculate. ठीक है ना? I am roughly calculating is to be 12 by 18. 12 by 18 is nothing but 2 by 3. 2 by 3 is 0.66. So this will become 60.66 approximately. ठीक है? So I got Q3 as 60.66. Q1 is 45. And what is my quartile deviation? Q3 minus Q1 by 2. So this is 60.66 minus 45 by 2. So that makes it to some round 15.66 by 2. So that will be some round, you can say 7 point, you can say 8, 9 के आजू बाजू कुछ होगा नंबर. That's how the numbers are. क्लियर है? चलो बढ़िया. That's a quartile deviation. ठीक है? क्लियर है दोस्तों इसका पूरा PDF आपके कोहॉर्ट 1 में डाला हुआ है. पहला चैप्टर है, not cohort 1, sorry, cohort 3. Cohort 3 has started now. This is how you have to consider. Cohort 3 के अंदर ये पूरा PDF दिया है. आप उसको लाइन से पढ़ सकते हो, और जो मैं आपको यहाँ पे पढ़ा रहा हूँ वही लाइन से आपको थ्योरी मिलेगी. सो इफ यू वॉच दिस वीडियो एंड गो थ्रू दैट PDF, इट इज मक्खन. ऑटोमेटिकली आंखों में घुस जाएगा, दिमाग में घुस जाएगा, एंड इट इज ईजी. ओके, चलिए, ग्रेट. Another method to find out the dispersion is called standard deviation. Standard deviation, very important one. दोस्तों ध्यान रखना, standard deviation is very crucial. You are going to use this standard deviation throughout your course in BBA MBA program. So make sure that you be good at it. ठीक है? So what happens in a data, when the data is presented, ठीक है? So what happens the frequency wise, ठीक है? If this is mean, all your data will be presented in this format. 50% data will be beyond it, 50% data will be below it, और फिर वो वेरिएशन हम देखते हैं. ठीक है, चलिए देखते हैं. Standard deviation, how do I calculate standard deviation? For example, there are 5 children. They have number of chocolates with them in the range of 4, 2, 5, 8, 6. ठीक है, so how do I calculate the standard deviation? Look at this. Okay, so our observation are 4, 2, 5, 8, 6. So I find out first average, that is x bar. And we all know how to find out average. 4 plus 2, 6, 6 plus 5, 11, 11 plus 8 is 19, 19 plus 6 is 25 by 5. My average is 5, 5s are 25. My average is 5. Okay, so what should I do? I find out xi minus x bar. What should I find out? Xi minus x bar, which is 4 minus 5, 2 minus 5, 5 minus 5, 8 minus 5, 6 minus 5. Okay, so that becomes minus 1, that becomes minus 3, that becomes 0, this is 3, and this is 1. ठीक है? Now if you add them, this will become 0 obviously. ठीक है? हाँ, because that's an average actually. बराबर ऐसा ही होता है ना हर बार एवरेज के साथ. ये तो जनरल अंडरस्टैंडिंग डेवलप हो जानी चाहिए. ग्रेट. अब हम करेंगे इसका, ठीक है, xi minus x bar का होल स्क्वायर. So therefore this is 1, this is 9, this is 0, this is 9, and this is 1, and we do summation of xi minus x bar का whole square. Summation 9 plus 1, 10, 9 plus 1, 10, this becomes 20. And then we find out variance. Variance is summation xi minus x bar का whole square divided by number of observation. So we just saw summation xi minus x bar का whole square is equal to 20 and divided by n is 5. So our variance is 4. सही है? Now what is standard deviation? Standard deviation is square root of variance. So our variance is 4, square root of this, so answer is 2. Easy. Simple. Let me repeat one more time. What should we do? What should we do in this scenario? ठीक है? So we know that variance is given as, you can say, under root of xi, sorry, not under root, sorry, summation xi minus x bar का whole square divided by n. That's my variance. And then my standard deviation is nothing but under root of variance. Easy. बड़ा easy concept है. ठीक है? आप आसानी से कर पाएंगे. सही बात है? चलो देखते हैं. अब ये मेरे पास फ्रीक्वेंसी वाली डेटा देके रखा हुआ है ना? हाउ डू आई कैलकुलेट दिस? दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. इस चीज को बिल्कुल नोट करना है ना. दिस इज गोइंग टू बी वेरी यूजफुल. चलिए लेट्स स्टार्ट टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस. ओके, चलिए कोशिश करते हैं इसको करने की. सो दिस इज अ फुल, आई एम जस्ट शोइंग यू ऑन अ फुल स्क्रीन सो दैट यू आर कंफर्टेबल इन टर्म्स ऑफ मैनेजिंग दिस. ठीक है, आपके मन में कोई भी क्वेरी हो तो आप बिल्कुल बता सकते हो मुझे. ठीक है, सो दैट आई कैन पॉसिबली आंसर दैट, यू कैन से स्टफ फॉर यू. ठीक है, चलिए लेट्स स्टार्ट. सो स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन आपके सामने जो दिया हुआ है, ठीक है, उसका कैसे करेंगे हम, उसके बारे में हम बात कर रहे हैं. चलो लेट्स स्टार्ट टू फर्स्ट प्रेजेंट दिस डेटा इन अ वेरी सिंप्लीफाइड फॉर्मेट. सबसे पहले तो आपको इसकी स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन का फॉर्मूला पता होना चाहिए. ठीक है, व्हेनेवर यू हैव अ फ्रीक्वेंसी वाला डेटा, स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन का फॉर्मूला है ना, बिल्कुल ध्यान से समझना उसका फॉर्मूला क्या है ना. स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन इज गिवन एज अंडर रूट ऑफ समेशन एफ आई इंटू एक्स आई माइनस एक्स बार का होल स्क्वायर डिवाइडेड बाई एन. अब आप समझ सकते हैं कि हम यही कर रहे थे, एक्स आई माइनस एक्स बार कर रहे थे, अब फ्रीक्वेंसी उसके साथ जुड़ गया. ये सर नो. ठीक है, अब इसका एक और थोड़ा सिंप्लीफाइड वर्जन है. ठीक है, जिसको लिखा जाता है अंडर रूट ऑफ 1/n इंटू समेशन एफ आई एक्स आई स्क्वायर माइनस 1/n समेशन एफ आई एक्स आई का होल स्क्वायर. ठीक है, समझते हैं इसको, 2 मिनट रुक जाइए. आई विल एक्सप्लेन ऑल दिस सो देयर बाय इट बिकम्स ईजी फॉर यू. बराबर है, चलिए ग्रेट, लेट्स स्टार्ट. सबसे पहले तो हमने ये डेटा को प्रेजेंट करेंगे, फ्रीक्वेंसी में दिया हुआ है. ठीक है, इसकी मिड वैल्यू डालेंगे. मिड वैल्यू इन आवर केस ये हो जाएगा एक्स आई. फ्रीक्वेंसी को आप एफ आई बोलेंगे. ओके, सो ये होगा 10 और 10, 0 10 है तो ये 5, ये 15, ये 25, ये 35, ये 45. ठीक है, और ये हो जाएगा आपका 55. ठीक है, ये आपका डेटा हो गया. इसकी मैं बाद में ज़रूरत पड़ेगी मुझे, तो आई विल राइट इट वन मोर टाइम फॉर यू. आपने शायद नोट कर लिया होगा. आई एम हैप्पी कि भाई आप अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं. तो ये मैंने कर दिया. अब हम निकालेंगे एफ एक्स आई. ठीक है, व्हाट इज एफ एक्स आई? इन दोनों का मल्टीप्लीकेशन. 27 इंटू 5. 27 into 5 is 135. This is 150. 25 into 7, 175. 35 into 5 is also 175. 45 into 5 is 180. 55 into 2, 110. I do one more thing because I need fxi square. Okay? Because मेरे फॉर्मूला के अंदर मुझे ये चाहिए था. You understand this? Great. चलो great. क्या करेंगे अपन? xi 5 square into 27. 25 into 27. ठीक है, I've already done a calculation, so I'm just writing it for you so that we are not wasting a lot of time. 15 is 225 into 10 is 2250. 25 का square is 625 into 7 is 4375. 35 का square into 5 is 6125. 45 का square into 4 is 8100. 55 का square into 2 is 6050. दिस इज समेशन एफ एक्स आई. सबका समेशन करेंगे, दिस विल बिकम 925. ये करेंगे समेशन एफ एक्स आई का स्क्वायर, दिस इज 27575. सही है, ग्रेट. व्हाट वाज द फॉर्मूला? द फॉर्मूला वी हैड वाज स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन इज गिवन एज अंडर रूट ऑफ 1/n समेशन एफ आई एक्स आई का स्क्वायर माइनस 1/n इंटू समेशन एफ आई एक्स आई का होल स्क्वायर. ठीक है, ये अपना फॉर्मूला है. ऑल ऑफ यू अंडरस्टैंड दिस? ग्रेट. व्हाट इज द वैल्यू ऑफ n? n in this case stands for summation fi. In our case ये क्यूमुलेटिव हमने कर दिया which is 55 is our n. चलिए we start putting it under root of 1/55 into fi xi square, ये जस्ट अभी हमने किया which is 27575 minus 1/n वापस 1/55, ठीक है, into fi xi which is 925 इसका होल स्क्वायर. सही है? ऑल ऑफ यू अंडरस्टैंड दिस? चलिए बढ़िया, ठीक है. सो दिस गिव्स अस समथिंग वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग नंबर. ठीक है, इफ यू जस्ट कैलकुलेट दिस प्रॉपरली, है ना, विद द हेल्प ऑफ पॉसिबली अ कैलकुलेटर और वॉट एवर इट इज, ठीक है, देन दिस नंबर विल टर्न आउट टू बी सम अराउंड 222.559 and this square root turns out to be that 14.9 के आजू बाजू, क्योंकि 225 होता तो 15 होता, ये 15 से छोटा होता, सो दैट्स हाउ इट इज 14.9। क्लियर है दोस्तों, समझ आया आपको? ठीक है, फॉर्मूला आपने नोट कर ली, ये आपकी फॉर्मूला है स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन की, ठीक है, आई होप इट इज वेरी क्लियर। चलिए अच्छी बात है, ग्रेट, ठीक है। सो सम जनरल ऑब्जर्वेशन अबाउट स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन, ठीक है दोस्तों, ये समझिए कि वी हैव x1, x2, x3 अप टू xn, उसका एवरेज विच इज x बार, उसका वेरायंस कुछ होता है, एंड स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन इस तरीके से लिखा जाता है, सिग्मा बोलते हैं इसको, स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन बोल सकते हैं, ठीक है ना। 6 सिग्मा करके एक कॉन्सेप्ट आता है, 6 सिग्मा कंपनीज करके होता है, तो ये सिग्मा की बात हो रही है। अगर आपने हर एक डेटा को, इन सब डेटा के अंदर, इफ आई एम एडिंग सम कांस्टेंट नंबर k और आई एम सब्ट्रैक्टिंग सम कांस्टेंट नंबर k, एवरेज में क्या होगा, वो कांस्टेंट नंबर k और कांस्टेंट नंबर k से मतलब प्लस या माइनस होगा, ठीक है। व्हाइल इन स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन, नोट करना, देयर इज नो चेंज, there is no change in the standard deviation. If you add to each data, each value के अंदर आप k ऐड करो या k माइनस करो, doesn't matter to your standard deviation. हाँ, आपके एवरेज में फर्क पड़ता है, आपका एवरेज भी उस नंबर से नीचे, उस नंबर से ऊपर जाएगा, ठीक है। while if each data is multiplied by some constant number, आपका एवरेज तो चेंज होगा ही होगा, यस और नो, बट अब आपका स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन भी चेंज होगा, और स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन किससे चेंज होगा, स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन विल बी चेंज बाय दैट नंबर, सो मल्टीप्लाई बाय दैट नंबर, ठीक है। सो इफ ऑल डेटा आर मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 2, योर स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन इज ऑल्सो मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 2, ठीक है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल लेट्स से, है ना, ये जो डेटा हमने अभी यहाँ पे लिया था आपके सामने, ठीक है, लेट अस से आई ऐड वैल्यूज, आप ट्राई कर सकते हैं, सब में +3 कर लीजिए, है ना, तो ये नंबर क्या हो जाएगा, 7 + 3, है ना। अब आपको याद होगा इसका स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन हमारा कितना आया था, ठीक है, हमारा स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन इसका आया था करीबन 2 आया था, ठीक है ना, 2 आया था। तो अगर मैं इसमें 3 नंबर ऐड करूँ, 7, 5, 8, 11, 9, और इसका स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन निकालोगे सेम होगा। पर अगर मैं मल्टीप्लाई करूँ इसको 3 से, 4 3 = 12, 3 2 = 6, 5 3 = 15, 8 3 = 24, 6 3 = 18, और इसका अगर स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन निकालूंगा, सो 2 × 3 6 आएगा। ओके, इज दैट वेरी क्लियर? वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट ऑब्जर्वेशन विच यू शुड नो, ठीक है। चलिए बहुत बढ़िया, ठीक है। सो आई होप दिस सेशन वॉज कंफर्टेबल, आपको बिल्कुल मज़ा आया होगा इस सेशन के अंदर। स्टैटिस्टिक्स के जो बेसिक फंडामेंटल्स थे, हर एक चीज़ जो एग्जाम में आ सकती है, सब मैंने आप यहाँ पे आपको समझाई है। उसके साथ कोर्ट 1 का, कोर्ट 3 का PDF है ना, कोर्ट 3 का PDF, प्लीज़ उसको गो थ्रू करना, उसके साथ जो क्वेश्चंस दिए गए हैं उसको सॉल्व करना, दे आर गोइंग टू बी वेरी यूजफुल, ठीक है, टू यू। ओके, ऑल द बेस्ट।